What is it about Scorpio that makes them the most misunderstood sign? Why do they feel everything so deeply? It's the eighth sign, mysteries, transformation, death and rebirth. And Parashara's ancient description reveals why Scorpios can't help but dive deep into everything they touch. Sarvebhya Namaskaraha. I am Dr. Archana Murthy, a professional astrologer, and I am passionate about Jyotish Shastra. Welcome to my channel where I spread awareness about Vedic Astrology. You're watching part 1 of our exploration of one of the most powerful signs, Vruschika Rashi or Scorpio. If you know a Scorpio, you know they are different, intense, mysterious, powerful. But why? Today we turn to the classical Sanskrit text for an understanding of what Scorpio really is. A quick note, I am systematically covering all 12 Rashis. Aries through Tula are done. Now Vruschika, then Dhanur up to Meena. I do 3 detailed videos for each sign. Part 1 today covers fundamental nature and personality. Part 2, we will go into love and relationship, while part 3 focuses on career, health, remedies and the transformation path. If you are enjoying this series, subscribe and check the links below for previous Rashis. Let's start with the basics. Scorpio is the 8th sign from 210 to 240 degrees in the zodiac belt. That number 8 is meaningful, transformation, death and rebirth, mysteries, the occult. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, Mangala or Kuja. Now here's something interesting. Aries is also ruled by Mars, but Mars and Scorpio, completely different energy. In Aries, Mars is fiery and direct. In Scorpio, Mars becomes intense, strategic, deeply emotional and transformative. Let me share what Sage Parashara says in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Swalpango bahupada brahmano bilo, sauryasto dinaviryadyaha pishango jalabhuvaha, romaschanchati tikshnagro vrishchikashcha kujatipaha. In Sanskrit, Scorpio is Vruschika or Kita, meaning reptile. In Arabian, the word for Scorpio is, which means disputes, wars, ruptures. The nakshatras in Scorpio are Vishaka, just the last pada or the last quarter, Anuradha, the complete Anuradha nakshatra, and Jyeshtha nakshatra. Its guna is Rajas, the active, passionate quality. Quick note, when I mention Vruschika, that could mean you are a Vruschika Lagna or a Vruschika Rashi, and the characteristics I discuss apply to both. Now, Scorpio is a watery sign, but wait, this isn't gentle water, it's deep, still water. Parashara says, Jala Bhuvahaha, meaning it bears both water and earth. That's why we call it murky water, Ashuddha Jala. Water here means emotions and earth for grounding. It's fixed in nature. The nature is fixed for Vruschika. And what does that mean? They have incredible determination. Once a Scorpio decides something, good luck changing their mind. Vruschika is feminine, that is, they are receptive and introspective, an internal processor. Parashara captures this with bilo, resides in holes. Scorpios hide in depths, secretive by nature. The direction is north, Sauryastho. Color is reddish. And interestingly, Dina Viryadyaha means strong during the day. According to Parashara, slender in physique, but powerful. Hairy body and a very sharp pointed sting. That sting is representative of intensity, the ability to defend and hurt if provoked. Here's where it gets really interesting. Ancient texts tell us Scorpio has 2 completely different types, and this explains so many of their contradictions. Now there is a lower type, which is like the reptile on the ground, jealous, rude, strong-willed, irreconcilable, seekers of sensual pleasure, using intensity selfishly, vengeful when crossed. Then there is a higher type of Scorpio, like an eagle soaring, mastery over the senses, independent, fearless, energetic, bold, courageous, subtle-minded, attract to the occult, mysteries. The text says, occult, mystic and destruction of materialism to give birth to psychism. Simply put, Scorpio is about deep transformation, letting go of being controlled by money, possessions, ego, to develop your intuition, spiritual gifts, and inner wisdom from material to mystical. Now for the planetary influences, Mars rules Scorpio and it brings intense emotions, strategic thinking, the power to both destroy and create, and a natural pull towards mysteries. Now, if you're Vruschika Rashi or Lagna, here's something important. The moon gets debilitated here. What does that mean? Your emotions can become really intense, sometimes overwhelming. Let's talk about how Scorpios typically look. Body-wise, well-proportioned, muscular build, long hands, average height. Face, broad, square-shaped, commanding presence, prominent brows. Other features, short curly hair, dusky or reddish-brown complexion, more body hair, which we saw about in the Parashara Shloka, and the eyes, those famous, intense, piercing Scorpio eyes. The Tikshnagra, sharp quality right through the gaze. Now let's talk about the Scorpio mind. Quick, keen, shrewd. They have razor sharp perception. And yes, they are critical, but that's because they see the truth others miss. What's hidden beneath the surface that they can see. Penetrating mind. Like below, the Scorpio mind explores hidden depths. They don't accept surface answers. Inner strength is their hallmark. You cannot manipulate them. Being fixed, they are stubborn, energetic, courageous, sarcastic, and a never give up attitude. They are excellent detectives with intense focus, ability to see hidden things, patience, intuitive, persistence. They love investigating mysteries, not just crime mysteries I'm talking about, but life's big questions. Death and rebirth, what makes people tick, hidden knowledge, the occult, anything beneath the surface. Their emotions run deep. They are blessed with intuition, knowing things without knowing how. Quite resourceful, they find ways when options seem closed. They traverse from the lowest pleasures to the highest spiritual experiences. They are impulsive and forceful like the Mars energy. They act with power. They possess both constructive and destructive abilities. They are frugal, economical, self-made, strategic with resources, forging their own path. Let's be honest about the challenges. Quick temper, they can go from completely calm to absolutely furious in moments. Reputation issues arise because they're so intense and private that people misunderstand them. Though they possess rational thinking, hate gossip and manipulation. Here's the famous Scorpio paradox: loyalty and revenge. When you have a Scorpio's trust, you have their complete loyalty. Faithful, reliable, all in. But, and this is important, if you betray them, that's when the sting comes out. Revengeful, relentless, selfish in protecting themselves. A Scorpio enemy is formidable. They don't forgive quickly. Don't forget. So today we have explored Scorpio, the 8th sign ruled by Mars, dwelling in depth, with sharp perception, characterized by 2 types, blessed with intuition, and challenged by temper and revenge. The key takeaway is that Scorpio is about intensity and depth. That sharp sting, those hidden depths and the ability to see truth define the Scorpio nature. Next week, part 2, we will delve into Scorpio in love. How Scorpios love intensely, compatibility, marriage and children. Tell me in the comments which Scorpio trait resonates most with you, or which one reminds you of a Scorpio in your life. Subscribe so you don't miss part 2 next week. And if you want to go deeper into your own chart, my consultation link is in the description. Share with your Scorpio friends. See you in part 2 for Scorpio's intense love and relationships. Dhanyavadaha. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you next week.